What's up? What's up, everybody? What's going on, man? How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling? How y'all living? It's your boy, man, 800, the Styles, baby. You know what I'm saying? The God, man. Yeah, boy. Feeling good today. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys in Minnesota right now are feeling good today. Yeah, man, it's a good day, man. It's a great day to be a Minnesotan. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, man. I just couldn't get in the mindset last night to come at you guys at midnight, and do a show and be on topic after such a momentous occasion last night. You know what I'm saying? Timberwolves won first round, go advance to the second round. Yeah, speaking all that language makes some people, especially people that have been to this numerous times, are like, what are they, jumping up and down about? The win just was huge because of the fact you beat LeBron and Luca, right? Mainly LeBron, because you already know. You already know. What's his name said? But who said the best? That he's like, man, if LeBron was not in the NBA, it'd be a lot of people that wouldn't have jobs. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people uh um um bolster their lives and bolster their content on talking about LeBron. So, you know what I'm saying? Big ups to LeBron for that, giving people jobs. You know what I'm saying? Because they wouldn't have nothing to talk about. And that is the reason why last night's win is so huge. And because look, think about it, dude. It's going like this beating of LeBron is gonna sit there, you know what I'm saying, on his on as a stain on his record, right? Literally, straight up. When they look back and they be like, well, he did win this year, he did win this year, and the Timberwolves busted his ass. You know what I'm saying? One of his final years. So that's one of the reasons why it's so huge. You know what I'm saying? And then with the whole situation with the Luka Doncic trade, and Luca coming over and Luca balling out. Luca was balling out after that trade, man, with the Lakers. So, for him to come in and make them a better team, and then run up against us, you know what I mean? Run up against the steamroller, you know what I mean? The Wolves, man, the T Wolves, baby. And it was just, some good basketball being played too, man. I want to give a shout out to Julius Randle. I'm always dogging on Julius Randle for the way his style of basketball, but I have been feeling like in the last 2 months he's really evolved his game into a all around basketball player. So he just doesn't do. He You could tell he's not just concentrating on one thing, and that one thing being scoring. He's not just concentrating on trying to score, just trying to force up shots and score. Now he's getting his shots within the fluid of the game, and he's recognized. There was a time there where, like, I swear, I'm watching because man, y'all hear me talk, man. I think I know y'all think that I know basketball, but man, I know basketball, dog. And I swear, I saw a moment in there where um Julius Randle, literally, I could see his body saying, okay, Ant, I got this. Let me get it. Because there was a period of time, like I said, that same period of time where Ant was off, man. I'm talking about everything he was shooting was off, layups. You know what I'm saying? Threes. He's pulling up too many threes. Stop pulling up threes when you're off. You know what I'm saying? Get to the rack. You know what I'm saying? But then again, when he did do that, because Ant did do that, he went to the rack and still missed, right? So that was a time, that moment, where I seen it in Julius Randle say, "All right, look, man, I got this." He had a little floater, went to the basket, got a rebound. I think he even hit a three. But he was facilitating. He was driving into the basket, and you could see it in his face. He was driving to the basket with the intent to kick it to the wide open shooter. And that evolution of his game has turned him into, man, like I said, I got like big ups to him, man. It's turned him into an elite basketball player, and I love the transcendence of it coming to that next level, because I know what I told people this before. A lot of times, passing brings you more shots. You know what I'm saying? A real basketball player, people that know basketball know what I'm saying. Like you understand the more you facilitate, the more it gives you opportunities to score. Um, so thank you, man, Julius Randle for stepping into the T Wolves and becoming that player. I love it, man. I seen it last night, man, and I've been dogging you a lot, man. But last night, man, I saw a basketball player in you that, man, shit is dangerous. It's dangerous, like literally dangerous. So big ups to you. Oh, big ups to Rudy Gobert. Gobert. Hey, Gobert had about 30 and 20, dog. Hey, Gobert had 30 and 20, dude. Think I'm lying. Check my stats. No, 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 no. He had 27 and 21. 27 points, 27 rebounds. 27 points, 21 rebounds. Yeah, something like it was monstrous, basically. Rudy Gobert. Said, last few shows I done did where I done talked about the T Wolves, I hardly ever talk about Rudy, man. But Rudy, man, Rudy. Rudy Gobert was balling last night. I'm talking about, dude. No. It wasn't just like Rudy Gobert was just getting like dump ins, dump downs, and tip back ins and shit. Rudy was like going to get the rebound, turn around, and dunk it on fools. Rudy was getting the rebound, finger rolling on. Because that's one part of his game that I used to be so upset about, man, was that he get the ball or they would run a play and throw it down to him and he just be like, you know what I'm saying? Like I y'all know me, man. I'm a big stickler on soft stuff. I call soft stuff out. I call it out. So Rudy, a big time soft soft person when it comes to going to the basket, but not last night. It was like some dope coaching. I have to. I thought about it, and I have to admit it. That was some dope coaching right there. Because what Coach said was, look, they are not thinking about Rudy, man. They are not thinking about Rudy. They're thinking about everything on the perimeter, man, and then um, bringing everything inside defensively and packing in the lane, right? Well, once you spread it out, you know what I'm saying? Especially with a lot of these teams in the league nowadays going small ball, once you spread it out, biggest man wins, dog. Biggest man wins. You know what I'm saying? So, and coach knew that. Coach was like, hey, Rudy, man, you're gonna be the biggest dude on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So everything that's up in the air is yours. You know what I'm saying? Like a tree, right? You know what I'm saying? A person can't reach as high as a tree. Tree can reach that high, right? So you a tree. Everything that's up there is yours. And you're not gonna be the focal point, so it's gonna be a lot easier to get into it. I think at the beginning of the game is where, like, I try to teach kids that are point guards to help facilitate, because you want to get your players to get it started earlier in the game than trying to go to them later in the game. And so going to Rudy in the beginning of the game got his confidence enough, you know what I'm saying, to where he was like, I bet, you know what I'm saying, me being aggressively is getting me just going out and just getting the ball and turning and just dunking. Bam. Oh, shoot. And the next thing you know, 27 points, 21 rebounds. Rudy, good big shout out, man. Big shout out to Rudy Gobert, man. Big shout out to those two. Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert. Big, huge games for us last night, man. Huge games out of you two. You guys do that every series, at least 2 games out of every series. I guarantee you, man, this will be a parade in about 2 months. So one love to those two guys, man. One love to the Timberwolves, man, and the win. And you know what I'm saying? You the man, so you know what I'm saying? You got the green light. You know what I mean? It's just what it is, right? As coaches, as parents, as players, y'all know what that green light looks like. You know what I'm saying? So you keep doing your thing, brother. You know what I'm saying? And your soldiers, keep going with you guys. Alexander Walker, McDaniels, my dude. You know what I'm saying? I think he cut his hair. But yeah. We'll talk about that another day, dog. But yeah, McDaniels, my boy DiVincenzo. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? DiVincenzo. And then Nas Reed, man. Really great defense on Luka. I really was impressed with the way you were playing defense on Luka. I think that a couple of games, your offensive effectiveness wasn't there, but just the way you were able to step on. There was even one time I think that they set a screen on Ant, and Ant was about to switch back, and I think you kind of gestured him like you gestured Ant like, "Nah, I got this, I got this." So you know what I'm saying? Like that's stuff I be peeping. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a real observant person, and especially when it comes to sports, man, I read every inch, everything that's going on. Um, so big ups to that man, Nas Reed, because that was huge, man. I think that those minutes on him were very effective, very effective. But Luka's crafty, man. That's a good. I got to give a shout out to him too, man. Luka Doncic is a great hell of a player, man. He's a hell of a player, man. He he's got that slow motion old school game. You know what I'm saying? And he can shoot. You know what I'm saying? So and he's gonna get his buckets. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna shut him all the way down. He's gonna get his buckets. I felt LeBron was very passive last night. I don't know what was up with him. I don't know if it was pain or jet lag. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Whatever. Or needed some Ben Gay or whatever. But pause. But just you know what I'm saying, needed some kind of medication or icy hot on his legs or something or back or something. But he was literally. I mean, there was times they run a play, passing the ball, he throw it right back to somebody else, and he sit there and just wait for somebody to go through and come through and run through the play and fully execute the play all the way to the end and wouldn't even take advantage. So I don't know what was up here. I don't know what was up with him last night, but it worked in our favor. You know what I'm saying? Playing passive like that worked in our favor because we had everybody else sold up. So it is what it is, and it was what it was. So T-Wolves do what it does. You know what I mean? That's how we're going to keep that cracking, man. I love it. Timberwolves, Minnesota's a mecca. I told y'all this, and I'm gonna continue to tell y'all this. Minnesota is a mecca right now. We hot right now. We a hotbed, especially for sports, music, entertainment, fashion, whatever we got going on, y'all. Let's put it out there. Let's push it out there. Minnesota is a mecca. We are a hotbed. People are watching, and it's time for us to get out here and do what we got to do and get this money, man. That's a phrase I speak to my young people all the time. Get this money. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot out here, dude. It's a lot of money out here. Don't let these people fool you and act like they can't give it to you, man. It's money. Go get it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, one love to the T-Wolves, man. Great job, celebration. Everybody, I know everybody was lit last night. Too bad the game wasn't here for this win to solidify going to the second round, because I know it would have been insane. If it was, especially if it would have been this Friday coming up game that they would have had, man, it would have been insane. Downtown would have been like off the charts. So, you know what I'm saying? You guys have a safe flight back. Get up out of LA. I was watching the game last night with wifey. I was like, what the hell does Gobert got on bronzer? I was like, he looks real bronze right now. I'm like, he looks like, you know what I'm saying, fresh bread just came out of the oven. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he so golden brown, golden caramel? You know what I'm saying? Like he just look like straight up caramel. His kid is like caramel. You know what I'm saying? Like molten caramel. What's wrong with him? But I was like, is he using bronzer or something? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about, like, man, he looked like he'd been on a beach or something like that. Like, we from Minnesota, man. The sun just came out about 3 days ago. We can't have that good of a tan. Then I was like, oh, they're in LA. That's right. So he on the beach. He's been on the beach the last few days. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there on the beach all day long. This tan was rocking. You know what I mean? But they in LA, man. Have fun, man. Good flight back. Safe flight back to you guys. I love the T-Wolves, man. T-Wolves till I die. You know, I rock my Minnesota teams, except for Michigan State. That's my team. But anyways, so, and there's another team that's going to be my team pretty soon too. But we'll talk about that another time. Back to today's subject. Sorry to get off track for a little bit, but hey, man, celebration. You know what I'm saying? It's a celebration. It's a celebration. So, back to today's subject, which was last night's topic, but we'll swing into today. We can talk about it during the day because I feel like it's pretty cool subject to talk about. We're gonna ask the question, who's saving hip hop, right? I just want to speak about this because I want to just talk about the state of music, hip hop music in particular, and you know, kind of where it's gone and where it's been, and kind of talk about the direction that it's going in a little bit. I'm not going to get too more into it. It's all more so just by personal opinions. You know what I'm saying? But you know, who is saving hip hop? You know, that's the question, right? Who's got the best interest of hip hop in mind. That's me, because hip hop is um true hip hop, true hip hop. What it was, what the purpose of hip hop was started for. You know what I'm saying? Like old school hip hop, man. Some of that, um, back in the days, Curtis Blow, Cool Herc, Cool Mo D, Big Daddy Kane, um, um, Fat Boys, KRS One, all the legends. There's a lot of them, man. I can go through a list of them. If I went through a list of all of them, it'd take another 15 minutes just to name all these guys. But that era of hip hop, if you think about the music that was coming out, Run DMC, I think if you think about the music that was coming out, the hip hop music that was coming out, it was a purpose. Um, there was a kind of a culture behind it, and I think it was storytelling of our current situations. It was a way for us musically to express what was going on in the slums, in the hood, in the ghettos that we lived in, and it was a way for us to tell our stories and um, use it as a guideline, as a blueprint for you know goals and dreams, and hopefully one day making it out of these bad arrangements that we're growing up in, and that we're surviving in today. Um, like I said, it was a culture, man. Hip hop was a culture, dude. Like it was, it still is. I think it's too many subsidiaries of hip hop now that it's like it's diluted to where you don't know what's hip hop. You got rap. You got things falling into the pop category. So you got to almost redefine hip hop itself, right? But to me, I think that hip hop is a culture. It's almost a way of life. I mean, you think about the things that they were rapping back in the day. That's everything. All the music that was coming out in the hip hop was basically storytelling. Like I said, what things that they were going through, actual things that they were going through. I mean, you think about the message of music video. Well, look at it. It was like, or the song, listen to it. They're talking about where they're living, how the living conditions, how this is happening every single day, how it's happening everywhere, how it's happening to everybody in this area, in these cities, right? And just talking about dreams of one day being out of this and getting out of this, and how we can get out of this, and you know, um, uh, starting a revolution with explaining how our situation and our and how we can better our well-being by bettering our surroundings, and one day, you know providing a better atmosphere and place for our kids to grow. And I think that's what the music was about back then. I mean, you think of how strong hip hop was and the culture. I mean, you fast forward to, what I'm saying, when I was in high school, what I'm saying, you got like, crisscross. I mean, you think about it. You have artists who have a whole society of people wearing their clothes backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that, right? Like fashion wise, right? Fashion, how fashion is. You see how fashion is. We be watching some of this stuff, like some of these fashion shows and stuff. You be like, they be having these outfits on. You know what I'm saying? They be wearing like, airplanes on themselves and stuff. They be wearing like toasters. You know what I'm saying? Bread. They be wearing balloons. You know what I mean? Like these fashion shows. But there was a period of time where literally there was with our culture was so strong. Hip hop culture was so strong. It made people wear their clothes backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like you're literally putting your pants on backwards, putting your shirt on backwards, and you're going out and rocking it. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me, like when I think about it, that to me shows how strong of a culture hip hop is that it had white people, black people, Indian people, had everybody wearing their clothes backwards. Like that, if you think like that's me. Like I grab little moments in time, little capsulated moments in time, and speak upon that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got when you think about the magnitude of it, when you're in it, yeah, you're just a part of it. Yeah. So it's like cool. You know what I'm saying? Man, this is crazy. I'm a part of this. But when you sit back and you think about it, like you think about the aspect of people wearing their clothes backwards. Like you think about how weird or people would look at that like retarded, or excuse my language, not to use the R word because it's not politically correct, even though I don't think that R word is supposed to be used for people that are mentally handicapped, anyways. But that's another subject for another day. But I apologize for um, but you think about it, you think of people that are wearing their clothes backward are like not right. You know what I'm saying? That not all their morals are there. You know what I'm saying? But man, we had our hip hop people had people wearing their clothes backwards, straight up. You know what I'm saying? And going out into the world like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how strong of a culture we had, man. Our fashion. It was crazy, man. When Fubu came out, man, it was like it blew the socks off. And then also not only that, not only with us creating our own fashion, we tagged people's fashion. You know what I'm saying? So like when we started rocking Jabos, people were wearing Jabos all the time because the artists were wearing Jabos all the time. So, you know, you got to understand the concept of how much power hip hop had. And that was just in the beginning of things. You know what I'm saying? That was before everything was superly commercialized now. And then that's when everything kind of blew up. And I think that that's when the directions of this of music, hip hop, and it's started going in different directions. And I think the message with the music stopped and started to become different. And I think a lot of people started to go the commercial route, not understanding how much power music has to still send a message out, regardless of what you think you're putting out. And even like I was speaking little bit ago about one of the old school hip hop songs, The Message. You know what I'm saying? Like you think about that song and you think about everything that was being spoke about. You know what I'm saying? Like it was literally talking about the dirty slums where we lived at, but it was talking about it in a way like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is how we live, but we survive it. You know what I'm saying? We still here. We still doing this. They have not taken us out. They cannot take us out. They stick us in this area. They force us to live like this, and we are not going anywhere. We are putting our hands together, putting our hands in the air, and we proclaiming that we want better and we will do better. And that's what it was. That's the type of music hip hop was back then. It was pushing out that message to people, and I think the message has gotten lost. You know what I'm saying? I think the message has really gotten um, distorted. You still have good artists that are doing, you know what I'm saying, amazing things out here. But I think a lot of the music is being diluted. I mean, they use it for um, um, commercials. They use it for sports highlights. I mean, when I make highlights, I use all these little songs that are out nowadays because it fits with it, and plus it gives that vibe that hip hop music gives. You know what I'm saying? That whole vibe is like turned up, turned up. You know what I'm saying? You can find some good songs that empower your video because that's just the genre of what our music, you know what I mean? Um, but yeah, sports. I mean, you think about athletes always wanted to have albums, rap albums, and stuff like that. So, and they, even boxers, boxers want to come out to Eminem, want to come out to Lil Wayne, um, and it shows the longevity of the music of hip hop, and just that how much is needed in mostly everything that we do in today's society. I mean, you look at commercials that are on TV, and you know what I'm saying, a lot of them are playing some type of hip hop song as their jingle. So yeah, it it's definitely something that hip hop is definitely something that won't ever go away. After it was created, it was something that's never going to go away as a genre that'll always be here. But I think it's being diluted, and people are trying to dilute it on purpose. Um, I think one of the ways they're doing that is with this mumble rapping. I think mumble rapping is a way to help dilute the hip hop because mumble rapping, you can't understand what the hell they're saying. I mean, so I mean, really, how can you get a message out if you're not saying any words, right? And you know what I'm saying, um, mumble rapping is funny. I don't I see the thing about it is you got you remember now, you gotta always put disclaimers out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not offending mumble rapping. It's just mumble rapping is a, like I said, it's a subsidiary of hip hop. Mumble rap is a division. It's like a style. Like literally, it is a style. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and a lot of us old heads, you know what I'm saying? Now I call myself old head, but a lot of us old heads now, we just like, what the hell are they saying? What the heck are they talking about? Right? You know what I'm saying? But that comes with the territory of music also, you know, the evolution of your music that's out now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I was thinking about this. I think about this a lot, man. I remember going to I was talking about how the tornado jumped over the ice house over on 34th and 4th Avenue and smashed up Central Park. Well, and I was talking about how there was used to be a basketball court there, but I remember one day we came over there over south. I was like, I had to be like a sophomore, maybe sophomore, junior, maybe. We came over south and um they were hooping over there, and I remember some Bloods over there, you know what I'm saying, the homies. And they was hooping over there, and they had the boom box. I mean, back in the day, man, back in the day it was cool, young people. But anyways, but they had the little boom box on the little park bench that was there, little picnic table bench, and they said they was bumping some music. Well, saying somebody said, "Yo, man, I got a new track, man. I'm gonna put on this new tape." And we was like, "Yeah." They was like, "Yo," somebody was like, "Yeah, yeah, whatever, put it on." So they put it on, and it was all of a sudden it was like bumper stickety bumper. I got the hop, and I'm a fee fire the folk fickety dump. Then comes a piece of piper, a piper then put up your nose, and I'm a fee fire your folk fickety dump. So this is why I'm bringing it up. You know what I'm saying? Because I call myself an old head. The reason why I appreciate being called an old head now is because when I was young, like that sound I just gave you was an actual track. You know what I'm saying? That was an actual song that, you know what I'm saying, one of our artists did, right? Das Effects. Y'all people, y'all old heads remember Das Effects, right? Das Effects was like our mumble rap. You know what I'm saying? Das Effects was like how they have mumble rap now. That's how Das Effects was for us. You know what I'm saying? My era, you know what I'm saying? My teenage years. You know what I mean? Like I guarantee you old heads was like, what the hell are they saying? I guarantee you, especially for how revolutionary that style of rapping was when Das Effects came in. So we had our period too. We had our little period of mumble rap too. You know what I'm saying? Like we was goofy, you know what I'm saying? We was goofy with it, but we was loving it. And it blew up. It's a banging song. You know what I'm saying? It was a banging song, right? And the whole album, that whole first album was banging. But yeah, that style of rapping, Foo Snickers came out. I'm telling you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Twister. When Twister came out, boy, people was like, man, what the heck is this dude saying? Because dude was rapping so fast, man. I remember when he did Razzmatazz. I think it was album was called his first album called Razzmatazz. But when I first heard that album, I was like, who is this dude? He was like, man, he was just rapping fast as heck, man, right? But that's like what I said, it's another subsidiary of hip hop, a style of rap, right? But that we've had ours, you know what I'm saying? So this mumble rapping that's out now, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we got that old head mentality where we're like, what the heck is this, man? I can't get with this. But this stuff is what they rock with, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times this commercial stuff, commercial music, what they bumping on the radio, you know what I'm saying? And we know who that's controlled by, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you think about how they push the agenda like that. You think about the style. You think about how it went, man. I look at it like this: we had gangster rap. We had gangster rap hurt us, man. I think gangster rap really hurt us. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of fighting. It's a lot of beef going on, man. It was a lot of people really, really coming at and touching on people. You know what I'm saying? Pause on that, but for real, like, you know what I'm saying? Some real stuff during the gangster rap era. But then after, I think literally right off the back tails of the gangster rap, we go into the player rap. You know what I'm saying? DJ Quick and all that. And then like down to the South, South kind of starts to take over. Get the Midwest cracking off. And then we go back down to the South. I think the East Coast popped off around the same time too, but then the South and Atlanta area really started to kind of take over. Anyway, I think we're back in the Midwest again. The Chicago area is taking it back. But anyways, um, yeah, so we get to a point where now it poses the question who's saving hip hop, right? Who's gonna save it? And I like J. Cole. I like Lecrae. J. Cole, cool. J. Cole, real cool. I like his lyrics. His lyrics are very um intuitive. Um and just you got a lot of things you got to put thoughts into. He has a lot of metaphors that he uses, but they're like true to life metaphors, and I can appreciate that. I think they aim to push our culture in a positive direction, so I love the way he comes with it. Lecrae's dope. His music is really positively charged. Also he does a lot of Christian music. Christian rap is banging, man. Christian rap is banging. We got a station in Minnesota, 97.9, I think it is. So it's a Christian station, Christian music station, and they bang, man. They bang, man. I'm telling you, they be having some music on there that's banging. I didn't even know it was a Christian station until I started listening, like literally listening to all the words. And they were no curtain. I remember I was listening to a song one time and I was banging or whatever, and I was just thinking in my head, I'm like, I haven't heard no curse words, and not only haven't heard a curse word, I haven't heard a sentence that felt like it should have been a curse word or could have been a curse word, or because they got the radio versions and the explicit versions, and the radio versions you kind of hear where what I'm saying. Sometimes you can hear where that should be a curse word that ain't no, you know what I'm saying. But like there were no moments in these Christian song that I was listening to that sounded like it should have been a curse word or whatever. And then the next song I start because I'm paying attention now. So this next song come on, so I'm really paying attention to it, listening to it, and all of a sudden it starts talking about religion in Christ and things of that nature. And I'm like, wait. I'm like, baby, I asked my come in the car with my girl. I'm like, baby, this Christian? She's like, yeah. I'm like, dang. I'm like, this song banging. I actually use one song that I got that I Shazammed from the Christian radio station. I used it for one of my videos that I did, and got a lot of feedback. Man, people were loving it. So that's Lecrae, man, going into that genre is pretty big up. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the style that he raps with. He's a good rapper. I think my overall winner of who I think is saving hip hop right now is Kendrick, man. Kendrick saving hip hop. I think it's more on a level of um, what we were doing when hip hop was created. And that's the point of why I'm bringing this kind of up, is that's what I feel like Kendrick is doing. He's doing it on the level of the things that were being pushed out when, Kool Herc created hip hop, African Bambaataa, the reason why they pushed this agenda of making this culture so important for us as a people and to help represent us as a people. And Kendrick is doing that. If you think about his music, he's doing that. You get to see. I was watching one of his music videos. I think a Squabble Up music video, and you just watch it, man. You just watch the way that he implements our culture into his music video. I mean, he had people riding bikes in the video. I mean, we don't ride bikes no more. We don't ride bikes no more, right? He had, he had big girls. You know what I'm saying? He had big girls as his cheerleaders and his video dancers. You know what I'm saying? Which is like a smack in the face of the video music video perception of how women should be looking. And it was just kind of like, nah, man, these is real women right here, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like these is real women out here getting it, you know what I'm saying, dancing to the music and showing their moves. And he had guys in there shooting craps. He had guys in there, you know what I'm saying, hands up, which is like this is why we try to tell people, take a look at little things. Squabble Up, right? He's talking about and he in there he has people fighting, right? None of them pulling out guns and shooting at each other. They fighting, man. And if you think about what did I say, right? With Kendrick being similar to what they was doing back when hip hop was created, what were they doing back when hip hop was created? Hey, I'll meet you down at the park at 3 o'clock. Let's get this squabble on, right? And that's what it was. People went and squabbled and settled their differences, and then they went back home. And then they saw each other the next day, and they were either friends or they saw another next day and just never talked to each other. But nobody died. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, okay, let's go out here and just, you know what I'm saying, spray up the block, right? It was literally like, I got beef with you, man. Let's take this beef out. Let's get it settled, right? And Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? He's on that situation too. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he's got beef right now with Drake. You know what I mean? I mean, it's more commercialized beef, but you know, it is what it is. I think that they still um, I think they're using the beef, you know what I'm saying, to sell records, but that's a part of the game. I think Kendrick's is more so because he came personal at him, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? He had to let him know, like, you know what I'm saying, like this ain't your culture. He basically was telling Drake, look, man, this ain't your culture, man. This is my culture. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? That's what he was saying. Hey, that's what he was saying. I wasn't saying that. You know what I mean? I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot me, man. You know what I mean? But that's basically what he told Drake, man. He said, this ain't for you. You know what I mean? This ain't it's us. They not like that's what he said. See, that's what he said. I didn't say it. I'm just the messenger. You know what I'm saying? But that beef thing, man, you know, it's just a crazy situation, man. That beef with Drake is, but it made them a little bit more significant when it in talks of today's media, social media, and what's going on. It was hot, you know what I'm saying? Like they were on top of the searches and tags, you know what I'm saying, for a while. So it worked. Halftime show, he did his thing at the halftime show. He used that platform to tell a story. Um, and I think part of the story that he was telling was, you know what I'm saying, true hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He was telling the essence behind his music, the essence behind the words that he's trying to get across, and the people that he's trying to reach, and the message that he's sending to those people. See, once again, like I said, it's another similarity to old school hip hop, and that's why I say Kendrick is saving hip hop, because there was a total, I mean, blatant message in his music now, blatant message on the halftime show. So, and everybody knows that. So, and he knew it. He said it. He said it in the song. I don't know what they're doing. They picked the wrong one because I'm gonna tell it like it is. Right? It will be televised. So, I love Kendrick, and I think he's really the pioneer of hip hop music, and the essence of using it to tell stories about our culture, what goes on in our world, and to also send a message to um, us and the people of that culture that we need to do better. So that's dope, man. I give it up to Kendrick for that, man. And be careful with that beef stuff, man, because you know what I'm saying, like that beef stuff is crazy. It can get crazy, man. Like you know what I'm saying. Um, I mean, you think about some of the biggest beefs out there in hip hop, using hip hop as the reason, and you think about Tupac and Biggie, and that beef was crazy, right? I mean, that was a crazy beef, man. Like it was literally, it took two people's lives, man, and affected a lot of other people, because um literally it put the country on notice, like literally, like straight up, like it put the country on notice. Either you was East Coast or West Coast, or you were Biggie or you were Tupac, right? And straight up, like literally, like I'm bringing up something again, a moment in time that people that look at it and people that were part of it were like, oh, okay, I was part of it. I was Biggie. Oh, okay, I was part of it. I was Tupac, right? But when you think about it and look at it and step outside of yourself and look at the magnitude of what was going on at that time, Tupac and Biggie were bigger than World War. Tupac and Biggie were bigger than World War. I mean, wasn't that, I think Desert Storm was going on around the same time, right? And that couldn't happen. You know what I mean? Like that's real. That couldn't happen. So, you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? They had to, hey, this is my opinion. This ain't facts. You know what I'm saying? So you make sure you do your own research. All right. But I am a big conspiracy theorist. So sometimes I throw things out like this. They had to go. They had to go. Too much attention was on them. More of the nation's money was being spent on music, hip hop, and that culture than was being spent on us, buying tanks and buying ammunition. So they had to go. That's how I feel. That's just my opinion, though. You know what I'm saying? There's no truth behind that at all. So it's just how I feel, right? And that's the thing is that you got to figure out the agenda a lot of times, right? You got to figure out the agenda. With hip hop, I think that the industry leaders were able to find um, a way to implement hip hop the way that they wanted to. And they knew that the message, that's the thing about it, man. They knew that the messages that were being sent with hip hop were so strong that they had to get a piece of it. They had to get control of it. And, finding out what that industry agenda is very important, because you think about the music that's out now and you think about the things that's being pushed and marketed with the music now. It's very scary and very appalling at how stupid they think we are, right? But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a big stickler for good music. Good vibes, good beat, good melodies, always good words, man, always good verses, always good bars. You know what I'm saying? If something's got good bars, man, I roll with it, I rock with it no matter what. Um, and one of the things that I heard someone say before, Wu-Tang said it the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, death only one can save self from, man. People that are just addicted to the drums, addicted to the beats. That's the one death that only you can save yourself from. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to hear through the music. You got to be able to hear the messages. You got to be able to understand what's being pitched to you and what's subliminally being put in your head while you listen to this music. The vibrations, man. Like this stuff is real stuff, man. I'm gonna come. I got 2 shows a day, man. And so and the reason why I was able to say that to myself is because I got a lot of things that I think about. These my daily affirmations, man. So I got a lot of things that I think about that I'm gonna pour out into you guys. So I'm just gonna be crazy, man. Stay with me, work with me. It all circle back to it in the end. But yeah, Wu-Tang Clan, I think, is the model for the culmination of hip hop. And the way that Wu-Tang did what they did was the whole point of purpose of what hip hop was for. Um, I love their mold. I love their blueprint on how to um, become hip hop artists as a hip hop group and how to take a genre of music and make sure everybody in your clique gets paid, right? That's what they did, straight up. Like, and one of the molds that they did, Wu Tang did, was they said, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come out as a group, right? Because nobody knows who we are. We're gonna come out as this group, wild group, all of us. We all just wild, right? People latch on because it's this wild group, man, talking different languages, man, that they ain't never heard before, man, styles they ain't never heard before. They want to know what's crackulating. Then all of a sudden, you get one dude who's just hot. Method Man was just hot for a minute. Like everything was meth, everything was Iron Lung, everything, man. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wanted a piece of the meth, man. He was featured on everybody's stuff. His albums was coming out banging. Everybody from the north to the south to the east to the west was buying it. And what they did as a team, as a group, they understood that and they valued that. They valued the fact that they knew that we have one person that riding right now, and we're gonna ride his coattail. We're gonna ride his coattail, and then when the next person is up, we're gonna booster them. We're gonna push them, and then we're gonna ride that coattail. And the Jizza man is smart, man. You know what I'm saying? Smart dude, man. Smart man, dude. Like he just understood. They all understood their role. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we talk about this in sports, man. They all understood their role. They all understood, okay, whoever's hot right now, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna feature on his tracks. And then once, you know what I'm saying, we good, we're gonna put out after so and so's track looks like it's banging off his album, being featured on his album, then boom, we're gonna put out his album. You know what I'm saying? Jizza come out. Raekwon come out, RZA come out, Bobby Digital, you know what I'm saying? Face come out, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You God come out, you know what I mean? You already know old dirty bastard just always got his out there somewhere until you pat rest in peace, right? Master Killer, man, man, the Wu-Tang is 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 um is that culmination of what hip hop was for. It was for us to come from nothing and turn it into something. It was for us to be roses that rose through concrete, right? For us to come from some of the dirtiest, from the most deadliest, from the most bad areas in the world or in the country, actually, because hey, there's worse. There's I've seen these places, but anyways, some of the worst places in America and progress, persevere, and turn into something amazing, you know. And Wu Tang did that, man, and that's what the whole point of hip hop was for. Um, but you got to do it. You got to do it at that level to where your team has to be strong, man. You got to have a strong team, man. Doing it by yourself is difficult, but you got to have a strong team, man. Um, Also, KRS-One, man, I want to give a shout out to him, man. I seen a video with him, with Nick Cannon. I don't know if it was new or how new it was or not, but you know what I'm saying? Like he's still spitting that knowledge, man. He's still spitting that knowledge. And you know, he will not stop. He will not stop. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's good for our youth. I think it's still good for our culture. And hopefully, man, mumble rap won't stay around that long, man. I hope it doesn't, man, because that's just, that stuff sound weird, man, too much, man. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. That's young people music, dog. That's the young people music, man. You know what I'm saying? They didn't let the GDs in the dough, man. They didn't let the G's in the dough, man. Hey, man, I rock with some young people music, man. I do. I do rock with some young people music, man. But look, young people, please, man, you young artists that are out here, man, please, man, make sure you understand the message that you're putting out with your music. Make sure you understand the message that you're putting out with your music. You know what I'm saying? You can write lyrics that are not sending us backwards or sending us down. You can write music that is pushing us up or pushing us forward. I guarantee you can use the same beat. You know what I'm saying? You can have the same melody, and just spin it so that it's pushing out positivity. I guarantee you, try it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you might not get all the deals that you're looking for because they don't want hip hop to push that out no more. Like I said, that's their agenda. That's the industry's agenda. But you know what I'm saying? We still have control. We are the people. We the people. So it's whatever we want. So once we want change, once we ask for change, then that's when it'll change. You know? So but yeah, that's it for today's show, man. I just want to speak to y'all a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, hip hop, the state of emergency that we in with hip hop right now, with our music and how influential music is and how important it is to today's society, how important it is for everything, how important it is for learning. I mean, we learn how do you learn your ABCs, right? I mean, that's how important music is, right? You learn your ABCs. You learn the first thing you learn to do in life is via music. So that's how important music is to our lives. And as long as we can start realizing how effective that is, we can learn how to start putting out good quality music with a message that creates positivity and progress. So, yeah, T Wolves, love y'all, baby. Love y'all. Second round. Let's do it again. Do it again, then do it again, and then do it one more time. You know what I'm saying? So much love to the T Wolves, man. Shout out to all my guys on the T Wolves that been playing their butts off, man. You guys have been. I think that this is a great year for you. Minnesota is popping right now. So Minnesota, stand up, Minnesota. So like I said, man, much love to y'all T Wolves, man. It's looking good. That's all I gotta say. It's looking really good. So I can't wait to see y'all in the second round. See what y'all gonna do for us, man. We got y'all back, man. It's much love. And much love to all you guys out there that are paying attention to me, man, that are listening to my dumb little show. You know what I mean? I'm popping off, man. It's just me. Anything I give you is just my opinions. And my daily affirmations. The things that I think, the things that I believe, and the things that how I see them, right? So tune in, man. Stay tuned. We'll be I'll go one more time tonight, and then I'll be off until Monday, maybe Sunday. But most likely off until Monday. I'm flying out of town with my son tomorrow. So I'll be off. So you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see you later tonight. We'll talk a little bit Thursday night, right? Thursday night. So, man, look, I'm going to have a cup tonight, man. I'll be a little bit, you know what I'm saying, low key with it. But believe me, I'm always, you know what I'm saying, I'm always paired. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Love y'all. You know what I'm saying? From the God, man. You know what I'm saying? The prophet.